No, yo, I'm just making this video really because I don't know, I'm kind of like bored and I'm a bit like, I don't know, like I feel like I need to talk about, you know, just just like an updated version of just how I feel about all of this. Um, the goings on this planet, right? Um, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I think this place is like a lot of other people on here like think this is a messed up place. It's kind of like suffering for the most part, and even if it's not, it's kind of like the suffering, like just the gravity of it, especially the serious parts of it just outweigh like it's kind of like you wouldn't like I think David Benatar said this, like you wouldn't want all of the pleasantries and delights at the expense of like any type of like misery or suffering. Do you know what I'm saying? um I think it's kind of like that. I think it's just once you've been in it a while, like you kind of notice it's not really what like we were what we were sold growing up, and then even in our like early 20s, late teens, when we were like going to uni or whatever, getting an education, getting a job. It was all kind of dubious, like what like, okay, why are we here? Like people are going through like some crazy shit, and like yeah, you just feel like, what the fuck? Like I feel even to an extent our university teachers lied to us. Like everyone pretty much, was putting on a show, right? Um, not like admitting that this is bogus. This shit is bogus, man. And I mean, we're kind of in serious danger, and it's just like, what? How come everyone's just like? I guess people are like, kind of like naturalists or something. So they assume like, oh, that's just the nature of the universe or the nature of the world, or you know, um, the laws of physics or whatever, and we just have to accept it. But it's like, yeah, obviously when it really starts to weigh down on a person, it's like it can't be accepted. Like this is, it's like your body intuitively knows, like it knows by itself, like, holy shit, man, I don't want this shit. Like, I don't want these diseases and this terminal illness or whatever the fuck, right? Um, yeah, so like it's just not worth it. And then yeah, I just think it's like bogus, and it's kind of a joke to like. And I know like some of the kind of good feelings can feel quite intense, and it can feel like really me, like caring for another or like being in love or something like that, right? Or just it can, to the person, like to the average it can seem like do you know what I mean? Like it's got a positive note to it. Or I think people had this thing as well, like, as kids, we were just like, all right, it's fucked here. Okay, that this shit's happened, but it's gonna work out in the end, right? It's gonna work out in the end. And yeah, I think we just had that hope, that optimistic kind of not even optimistic, but just like this is it can't really be. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like we can't accept that. Like our minds just wouldn't. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like yeah, it's like it's just it's kind of like Benedictine says, right? It's a trap. Like this is a trap. This is a no, I mean it's a cage. It's a yeah, no one really knows what's going on, right? And when it's like going on, like what's going on, like yeah, we know what. Do you know what I mean? Like events and shit, and this happened to. Oh, did you hear about blah blah? But no one knows what the whole shit like really adds up to. Do you know what I mean? Like what is really going on? Like just like say if you could like I don't know, like do you ever play that game like Age of Empires or Age of Mythology? That was another one. It's kind of like this top-down view, right? Like kind of like you're like a god or something. Like if you could just zoom out and just see the whole map and just kind of like fucking just analyze it really like well and just what does the whole shit add up to? Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's like no one really knows for sure like what the fuck is up. Um, no, I mean, and these religions and all that, and it's like someone says this and that and blah blah blah, and people feel a bit kind of like um I don't know, kind of like do you know what I mean? Like you're still going through shit and it's like and it's not helping type thing. I think people feel that a lot and some of the stuff seems a bit like they don't personally accept, right? It might be something cruel or just something that seems a bit wild. It's like, yo, I don't know, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's like it might refer. There might be like people killed in some of these stories and stuff. It's like, yo, is that really necessary? Like, it seems kind of uncalled for. But and I mean, yeah, I kind of share some of that. Like what the hell. Um, but yeah, I kind of feel as well like friends, bro. Like friends and shit. It's like they don't really like share. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they're just kind of like I don't know. It seems to me like friends ain't really friends. Do you know like when you like friends and like, have a real friend like that's just in my life though. Do you know what I mean? Someone else might have like deeper kind of connections with other people. I don't know how it goes for other people, but like I think it seems kind of fake and just like you know it seems kind of like soul destroying as well. Like when you like talk to some people, it's like you know them or whatever, and it's really like oh man, like fuck, we're talking about this or just shit. Do you know what I mean? It's like some of the stuff's like gutter talk as well. It's like it's not. It's like it's not really like palatable to like some kind of like do you know what I mean? Like a highly sophisticated person or something. Like but yeah, it seems fake. It seems fake. And I think it's like an honest analysis. It seems fake because it it really is fake. And yeah, yeah. So yeah, no one really has your back. like when it really counts, and that's just how it is. That I think I don't really think like people are. I mean, yeah, could be some like good acts, like you got helped out with this little thing, but like sort of a real like do like I don't think I have that in my life, and I mean, people will be like, "Oh, well, you just haven't met the right people." It's like, no, I've met people, and it's bullshit. Like, I think it's bullshit all the way down. Um, obviously, that I try and just keep to myself for the most part because it's just, yeah, I've got to the stage where I feel like I can't trust a fucking soul, like legit. It's I think people on here though, like not to like, tickle your balls or whatever, but and make you feel good, but I mean like people are a bit more real on here, like I don't know, maybe it's just in RL it's like people find it difficult. But I honestly think some people just like do that fake it till you make it thing, or they're buying the dream, like they got that thing, the American dream, and all that bullshit. Um, so I'm just like talking off the top, really. But so you just have to bear with me a bit, like, but yeah, I've come to a weird conclusion though about people. Like, I think there's something up, man. I think if you observe people, like some weird shit happened to me, right? And I don't see people like as fully sentient, you could say, as a person, like capable of doing this and that, and but that's the thing, like we think like we have these of just of being reminding ourselves or something like that, or um I don't know, be I don't know how to put it. Yeah, some people have mentioned like no free will or something, but like maybe like to desist from like particular desires or something, or like I don't know, like stop smoking or something. I don't know, like there's something funny about that as well, like oh stop smoking, like, and it's like oh just get off the drugs. That we all know that's kind of like weird, right? It's like, but then there's a, I don't know, is that even possible? How people say it, the way people say it, like, um, but yeah, I mean, it's a weird place, yo. It's a weird place. I was listening to this guy called the Green Wizard. One of his latest, I think it's his latest video. He kind of talking about like not being a sort of like a pushover, like being nice, being a nice guy, or like, do you know what I mean? Where it's like called for, like, do you know what I mean? Like, but just in general, he I think he's kind of saying like people are kind of dicks, and for the most, most people just, and then you shouldn't just like sit back and just, what I mean, like let it be. You should kind of fight back a bit, have a bit of like, I don't know, like growl back like a wolf or something. A bit. That's just like an analogy, but yeah, like that's weird things, man. Like I think what was it? What's his name? Fuck. What is his name? I can't remember. Yeah, he's kind of got like